Hi students. Hi. Last video we talked about the mole, right? In this video we'll be talking about molar masses and practicing some of those problems like the one that we did at the end of the last video. I left you with a problem to solve how heavy, what the molar mass was of malachite. Which was a complicated problem, so I want to show you the answer to that and how you do it. Okay, so malachite is copper. Oops. Here we go. Malachite is copper. All right, two of them. 2 moles of copper, right? 1 mole of carbon, 5 moles of oxygen, and 2 moles of hydrogen. So what I do is I first need to understand, if I'm doing molar mass, I need the periodic table. So if you don't have a periodic table in front of you, you should get one right now, because we're going to practice that sorry about that. Practice that for this video. Okay, we're going to practice several problems. So you will need that. To find your periodic table, if you don't have a paper copy, you want to go get your book, okay? Go to the back page, all right? And there you'll have your periodic table, and on there you have your atomic number, which you should know, that's the protons, but also you have the atomic weight, all right? And that's used to figure out how heavy 1 mole of a particular element is. So we're going to start off with this one. So copper, right? There's 2 moles of copper, right? So 2 moles of copper equals, right? Copper has 63.55 grams, right? Times 2, because there's 2 moles. That's how heavy the copper is in 1 mole of malachite. Okay. We have 1 mole of carbon. Carbon is 12.01 grams. Okay. We have 5 moles of oxygen. Oxygen is 16 grams. Multiply by 5 because there's 5 moles. And then hydrogen, we have 2 moles. Therefore, it's 1 gram times 2. Okay? When you add all of these up, okay, if you multiply 63.55 times 2, 12.01, 16 times 5, and 1 times 2, you should be able to get 122.1 grams, right? That's 1 mole of malachite. Okay? That's 1 mole of malachite equals 122.1 grams. Okay? So that's how you figure out the molar mass of a compound. You take up each, you figure out how many moles of each individual element you have, and then you add up the total. So let's practice that. For nitrogen, 1 mole of nitrogen, right? What's the molar mass? Go to the periodic table. I see that nitrogen has 14.01 grams for 1 mole, okay? That's the molar mass of a nitrogen atom, okay? A nitrogen molecule has 2 atoms or 2 moles, right? So therefore, we have 14.01 times 2. Okay, so the molar mass would be that times 2, which is this. Okay, so that's the answer there. All right, sodium chloride, NaCl. All right, well, Na, if you look on your periodic table, Sodium has molar mass of 22.99 grams. Okay. Chloride has a molar mass of 35.45. Okay. We add those two together. Okay. We will get, let's see, 5758.44 grams. Okay, so again, I split it up. Okay, I split it up into the individual molecules, the individual atoms. Okay, sucrose. Let's try a more difficult one. All right, sucrose is C12H22O11. Okay, so we're gonna try this one. So C12, right? Carbon is individually 12.01. So we're going to multiply that by 12. Hydrogen is 1. Multiply that by 22. And oxygen is 16. Multiply that by 11. Okay? And what we should get is 144.12. Okay? We should get 22. And we should get 176, okay, grams each. I add them up, okay, and what do I get? I should get 100, 200, 300, 300, I'm doing this in my head here, so maybe you guys could help me out. I'm doing, I have, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 20, 342, 342.12. That's the grams. Okay. All right, so that's the answer for that one. Okay. Chalcopyrite, let's do one more, okay, is a copper-containing mineral. All right. It's copper, iron, and sulfur. Okay, there's 2 sulfur. So copper, again, we had copper before. Copper is 63.55. Okay. Iron, take a look at iron. Iron is 55.85. And sulfur, we have 2 of them, so be careful. That's 2. So 32.05, I'm sorry, 0.07 times 2. Okay, we add these up. All right, and we should get our answer. Taking a look at this again. Okay. Oh, let's add this up the old-fashioned way. 7. All right. Carry the 1. 6. So 4. 1. Carry the 1. So 33 plus 55 is 88. 88 plus 63. 88 plus 60 is 140. 88.63, 151. Yeah, 151. Okay. All right. So I hope you get the general pattern of this. I don't want to go in too much depth, but this is how we do the problems. Okay. I'd like you to solve the rest of them and show me your notes for tomorrow. Okay. Have a good night, and as always, email me if you have questions. Thanks. Bye.